Vancouver, one of the most important seaports of the Pacific coast. Georgia Street. Vancouver's hotel. From the roof of Hotel Vancouver, one gets a good view of the magnificent landlocked harbour into which come ships from Britain's other dominions, as well as from all corners of the seas. Traveling east through passes and canyons, one soon approaches the mighty Canadian wide vistas of majestic beauty, spruce-clad and snow-covered peaks that reach the sky. In many parts of Canada, skiing is a popular sport. It attracts the adventurous ones. There are lots of smooth mountainsides and plenty of dry, crisp snow. The sunshine is bright and even the sharp cold is pleasant. First it's climb, climb, climb as jolly parties make the ascent. When the top is reached, then the fun really begins. Down they come with lightning speed. Traveling like this takes lots of skill or lots of spill. The snow is just right for turn and straightaway. Here they come. Look out! The expansive forests of giant spruce and Douglas fir supply lumber and wood pulp. To serve man, the great trees of the virgin forests fall before the axe and saw of mighty lumbermen. Down out of the mountains come the big logs to the mills and the seaports below. Lumbering is one of Canada's principal industries. Believe it or not, here's the makings of a lot of newspapers. Big game is still plentiful, but in the parks the animals are friendly and tame. And in any of the well-stocked mountain streams, a fisherman can soon land a good-sized trout if he knows how. There are lots of other kinds of fish, too, in lakes and running water. In protected preserves, the buffalo still roam, what is left of a noble race. Canada is seeing to it that these fine animals will not become extinct. Banff is the oldest of Canada's many national parks. The town itself nestles in the picturesque valley of the Bow River, and from the magnificently situated Banff Springs Hotel can be seen the noble company of mountain peaks and the long valley where every outdoor sport finds a magical setting. In the park and a little further east is Lake Louise, another famous scenic playground, the home of the rainbow. At the chateau, guests have every comfort, and it is from here that they start out on foot and horseback to travel the lake shore and mountain trails beyond. With a porch telescope, one sees the glaciers and the snow-dressed mountains. When evening comes, parties trails, and as the sun drops behind a great peak, the skiers are hungry and happy. Over its fertile plains, we travel to great cities. Toronto, the Queen City of the Dominion, is the capital of Ontario. Shoe Falls of Niagara on the Canadian side. Their might has been harnessed to run large hydroelectric plants, but their scenic beauty has been impaired. Canada shares this wonder of the world with the United States. Ottawa, the capital of Canada. The Parliament buildings with their beautiful Peace Tower, a shrine to those who died in service in the Great World War. Here presides the Governor-General, still surrounded with all the ceremony and the pomp that reminds one of state occasions in London of the motherland across the sea. Military bands with their martial tunes lend spirit to the occasion. In session are the lawmakers of the Dominion, representatives of every province. Here is true democracy. Montreal, the Dominion's largest city, is both French and British in population and customs. Though 1,000 miles inland on the St. Lawrence River, it is a busy shipping center. Ocean liners, tramp ships, and freighters dock here in one of the finest harbors of the world. Prince Street is a modern, but there are still many historic landmarks and byways in the old town where meet the past and present to enchant our pleasant stay. Near Montreal, at a narrowing of the St. Lawrence River, are the world-famous Lachine Rapids, a turbulent, rushing stream of angry waters, splashing and dashing with mighty force. Man has accepted their challenge. Travelers find riding the rapids a thrilling trip. But the voyage once started, there's no turning back, and an error in judgment would prove disastrous. However, on this boat, there's really no danger. The Rapid Prince is a sturdy craft, and its skillful pilots safely navigate the perilous course. Thousands take this unique trip every year. It's something to tell your children about in days to come. Natives ride out the rapids in little bark canoes, but I wouldn't try it if I were you. The boat is safer, and the scenery a lot better from its deck. Quebec still holds dear the traditions of old France, richly endowed in historic lore and natural beauty. The majestic Chateau Frontenac at Dauphin Terrace, like a massive fortress, looks down on the ancient town below and the river with its giant Quebec Bridge, a victory for engineers. The lower town is old, very old. Its streets are narrow and its customs quaint. Little Champlain Street with its breakneck stairs. The life beyond the city is pretty much the same as it was 200 years ago. Even the children and the dogs. Folk game, simple, old-world life. There is peace in old Quebec that carries one back to memories of Brittany. In the province, there are many beautiful churches. One of the best known is the Shrine of Sainte Anne de Beaupré. Every year, thousands of pilgrims from all over the Dominion worship here, and stories of miracles are told.